What's up? What's up? What's up?
Wow,
This is
wow,
Aisha's and Turner's. Wait, put the sign up again.
wow.
Psychotherapy theories and practice. Expressive Dreamwork Project. Hey.
Okay, Freddie,
Oh,
Mark, leave it, leave it.
um, what's your dog's name?
Well, I'm dog sitting Freddie. He's all of a sudden chatty now that we're
Freaking Freddie.
filming. So
Okay. Well, that's cool. I think we're just gonna go. We'll just trudge through it.
settle. Good boy.
Okay.
Okay.
So, um, I'm gonna go first. We're gonna both talk about our little dream experiences that we had and the project that we did. So, fun fact, I don't dream. I haven't dreamt in a while. My current life state, like I work really hard. I feel proud of myself at the end of nights, and I hit the pillow and I sleep really good. Like I sleep really good and I don't remember my dreams. Um, but if we go by Alfred Adler, he said that the amount of dreams you have has to do with the amount of psychological problems that you have. So if we would go by what he says, that means I don't have any psychological problems that because I don't have dreams, but it's not true. Um, I do have psychological problems. Um, so, but what was interesting is that I don't have my own dreams, but lately people have been telling me their dreams, and so I kind of I drew off a dream. um I was at the place that I work, and my father-in-law's friend lives in this mother-in-law unit that I built in his barn, and I do like artistic projects in the barn, so I'm always in the barn working. And his friend is an old Grateful Dead hippie, and he's kind of like his body's kind of achy, and he's getting older, and he's a little strange from his children, and I know that he's struggling, but he's a really cool guy, looks like a wizard. And I showed up to work, and he came down and he said, Turner, were you here at 5:30 a.m. this morning? And I was like, no, dude, I wasn't. I definitely wasn't here at 5:30 a.m. And he said, oh, that's so strange, because because someone was here with sunglasses on. And then he said, oh, but they were at this stairway over there. And when he pointed to the stairway, he's like, oh, actually, there's no stairway there. He's like, oh, I was dreaming. And I was like, oh, this is really interesting, because I'm actually doing a project on dreaming, and I don't dream. So I'm super excited that you're telling me your dream. And he said, I was up at the top of the stairs that actually don't exist, and I was yelling down at a man with sunglasses who was gathering stuff, and the man with the sunglasses never like called back. And then he was like, I wasn't sure if I was dreaming, and he's like, no, I must have been dreaming, because I was definitely at the stairs over there. And so it was just like a trip. But I found his like dream that he told me really interesting, and I found it really interesting that I was like gonna work on the project that day, and he told it to me like right as I was thinking about my dream project. So it was sort of like yeah, it was sort of, what do they call it?
Serendipity.
Serendipity. That's why we're partners. Aisha, everyone. Okay. But in looking at the dreams, the dream stuff, the dream thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this dream into a life myth. And so one reason I chose life myths is being a father right now, I read children's stories every night for about a half an hour. And then I make up stories. So maybe that's where my dreams go. I just stick them into freaking all the stories I tell my children, and then I have dreams. So when I saw the life myth part, I was like, I'm going to do this. This sounds great. Okay. Every morning I awake having dreamed that I am standing at the top of a staircase that has never existed, but always exists in this dream. There is a person in sunglasses getting items downstairs. I always call to him, and he never answers. I always then question if I'm awake or am dreaming. I never know if it actually happened or never happened at all. The man in the sunglasses never responds. and I'm destined to dream this dream for the rest of my life. Scene. That's it.
Wow.
And this was kind of sad. Like, I found this dream like a little sad. And it was interesting to me because I know that this man is struggling with body pains, and he's going through struggles of like feeling like his body is degrading, and he's living in his buddy's barn, and yeah, just wanting to like send him love, but it was really interesting. Yeah, that's my spiel.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe after this share and this time that we've spent, maybe you'll catch a dream. Who knows?
I think I will,
Maybe you
because
will.
like and I went when I listened to the stuff from last week about how to catch a dream. And I remember, and it was saying how you have to intentionally be super intentional about catching the dream. And so I have been like, oh, it's going to happen. Oh, I'm going to dream tonight. But I think, yeah, after thinking about this, you got to like really be like, I will know what body, remember what you dreamed, darn it, and wake up, right? Okay. I'm done.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
catch a
I'm going
dream.
to segue by saying that I also have a hard time catching a dream, and that there was a time in my life my dreams were really vivid, and that has been some years past. Sometime this past week, I did wake up with a nightmare, and I wanted to activate catching another dream because I felt I don't want a nightmare. I don't want to have to talk about that. I don't want to have to go there. But actually, after embracing it and using it as my liftoff for this project, it was very rich. So yeah, so my nightmare, um, I can just read the brief little note that I took about it.
Yeah.
And so we are all standing around friendly, and for no reason at all, Frank became incredibly angry and his whole demeanor changed. I could see the anger rising up, about to pop out of him. His face got really red, blood rising to his face. You could tell it was all constricted. His breathing rhythm changed. His eyes were going to pop out. All the muscles, all the way through his fingertips, were all tense. And I felt like, what did I do? I didn't do anything. But I didn't even feel combative. I felt really scared. I felt like he was going to murder me. And this is a friend that like I see regularly, and I told him
Wow.
dream, and we had our own sharing about it. And yeah, so I went through our um literature looking for what I wanted to dig into, and honestly I felt a lot of lethargy. I was like, okay, here's another busy project. But then once I kind of found my materials, it made a lot more sense to me. So I went to the back of my art closet, dug out some collaging materials, and came out with something that I really enjoyed the process, looking for the right images and then finding other things that I didn't expect would work for it. So my collage piece, I really feel like is around like the male psyche and the like violence and rage and the wounding of the child and the archetypes of like violence. And I even happened to find like in my collage materials, like a weird commercial that had a photo of Putin's face, and that ended up in here. And there's some
I'm
very,
looking at it. I'm looking at it on my phone when they tell me, and it's
yeah, so there's some like female iconography in here as well, and some symbols. I felt like it was important. I found like some cool glyphs, but also like there are some moons in it. And I feel like as someone that identifies as female, I really am I feel so connected to the moon. And like we are all connected to the moon. And, you know, males also are on the same, like, not the same, but on a lunar cycle. And so, yeah, I just was able to kind of dive into this. And um, in this process, I was able to look through some of my own previous collage work from a couple years ago, and I also found like another piece that was a female embodiment of rage, and so I'll also include that as some of the material. But it was just really interesting to see, like, from my own perspective, my juxtaposition, the type of rage that I feel and how I encounter this like kind of violent male rage that I think is living in my nervous system pretty actively and activated. Like, I live in an urban area. I definitely feel it inside of me. I've definitely been assaulted. Like, it's yeah. So yeah, so to be able to hold it in a way, I think sometimes to not just compartmentalize, but like give it its own landscape, to be as rich and like intricate as each piece needs to be, kind of like, you know, like origami pieces, like really intricate origami pieces that kind of get to unfold a little bit and like take up their own dimensional space. And then you can also kind of like, you know, fold that back into a
Yeah.
recess of your own psyche.
It's crazy how much bigger it actually is in the box. Hey, can you
Yeah.
hold it up?
So this is the box that I use. This is
Wow.
an Apple computer that I bought for school. and this
Nice. I'm about to buy a new one. Whoa.
and this is the yeah, I am gonna drop the photos in, but I don't think I'm gonna describe it. I think I'm gonna let it speak for itself. But I definitely did like really enjoy crafting this, and I want to take my collage to the next level. But
I wouldn't want to be in that dream,
yeah.
but it also looks fun. But it also looks like experiences I've had. Like I
You know, my friend Frank is a really dynamic person. He's very good
uh,
looking, he's very charming, he's a real lady killer. We're very good friends. We see each other all the time. And people sometimes think we're together or married or something, and we're like, no, it's not like that. And this is one of the reasons I know, is that he has like really, really deep anger that's unexpressed, and to the point where I've seen him on like, what is it called, security camera footage from his own property, when someone was like breaking onto his property and he came out in his underwear with like a baseball bat. Like, I've
yeah,
seen rage more than once. So it's just really interesting how we metabolize these feelings and what
yeah.
rage in the male psyche. And yeah, so yeah.
Well,
Thank you so much, Turner, for witnessing. Thank you.
this stream's beautiful, and thanks for sharing it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping guiding me through our process. Out
Together.
of Zoom and
Go
record.
together.
High five! High five! High 10!
Yeah.
Oh,
Oof.
okay.
Yes.
Is that good?
Okay. I think we're good.
Right
Yeah.
on, class.
All right. Go
I'll stop recording.
psychotherapy, theories and practice, expressive dream work.
Wait. But how do I